Good morning, Merrick Moore students. This is Mrs. Deckroth, your librarian. Very excited to bring you something today in this video because it's a game and I think you will certainly enjoy it. This is called an escape game, and we are allowed to use this because the people at Salmon Library Services at APCO Educational Publishers have told us that we can share this with you all. Since we are all kind of stuck at home and can't get at school, they are sharing resources with us online so that we can have some fun at home. So I did want to give a shout out to them since this is coming from them. All right, what we're going to do today, or what I'm going to show you today, is the beginning of a fun game called Escape the Mummy's Curse. And it's a virtual escape room. Now, some of you may have heard of an escape room before. It's something that you can do by yourself, or it's something you can do with a group of your friends or people at home. And it isn't something that you need anything special for except a computer. So what exactly is an escape room, you ask? Now, this is a long definition, but we'll read through it and then we'll talk about what it means. An escape room, also known as an escape game, is a game in which a team of players, or again, you can do it by yourself, cooperatively working together, discover clues, solve puzzles, and accomplish tasks in one or more rooms or places in order to move ahead and accomplish a specific goal, solve a mystery or puzzle, or just figure things out, usually in a limited amount of time. All right, let's back up. All this is you're trying to solve a mystery, or you're trying to solve a problem. And you have to think, you got to read, you got to work together, again, if you're working with somebody, to try to figure out, by looking at the clues, how to solve some problems, and then you move ahead in the game. All right. This is a virtual escape room because all you need is a computer. But it's not all just fun and games. This puzzle requires reading and critical thinking and context clues and word association and understanding and following directions, all sorts of things. So because of that, this escape room game is probably best suited for older students because there's a lot of reading. But if you are working with an adult or an older brother or sister, you might and you're a younger student, you might have some fun with this as well. All right, so what I'm going to do for a few minutes right now is to get you started, to show you how the escape room starts, and then you'll be able to go in and you can finish the escape room game on your own. So you can get here to the escape room, get to the escape room by clicking here, or you can copy and paste this link. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on here, and it's going to take us to this page. It says Escape the Mummy's Curse, a virtual escape room. I'm going to tell you that right in the beginning, there's usually a lot of reading involved, but you get through the reading, so it kind of sets you up so that you know where you are and what you're doing, and then you get into the fun of solving the clues. Welcome to our virtual escape room. It is, simply put, a series of clues to interpret and puzzles to solve in order to answer the mystery of the room. You can take it on by yourself or as a group, and you can play it as many times as you like. Just have fun with it. This escape room takes about 30 minutes to complete. Now don't get hung up on that. If it takes you longer, it's no big deal. It took me a little longer than 30 minutes the first time I went through it. And it is most suitable for ages 10 or older. But we won't tell if you're younger than that. Now, here's what you're getting into. So this is the setup. This is the setting of this escape room. Archaeologists recently discovered the tomb of an ancient pharaoh. This is all about Egyptian things. So some of you who might know something about Egypt will recognize some words and terms and phrases. And if you don't recognize them, but you're interested in some of the things that happen in this escape room, you might want to do some research on them. They have discovered the tomb of an ancient pharaoh leader. Despite the warnings from locals, the team decided to open the tomb and begin their excavation. They were digging around trying to find things because that's what an archaeologist does. Somebody who studies the past and looks for clues how people lived and what society was like. So they decided to open the tomb. However, since then, everyone who has come into contact with these artifacts has disappeared, and it's up to you to find out what happened to them and to make sure it doesn't happen to you too. Enter only if you dare, because if you fail to solve the mystery of the tomb, it's only a matter of time before you too succumb to the mummy's curse. Succumb, give in, the mummy's going to get you. It says good luck, and then it says next. Now take a look over here to the right. It says page 1 of 36. So there aren't 36 different clues, but there are 36 different screens that you have to get through in order to solve the puzzle. So let's click on next. All right, and here we are at the beginning. Welcome to tomb KV67. Dr. Omar Kassab and Dr. Alexandra Ortega recently discovered this tomb in the Valley of the Kings, and that's in Egypt. Amazingly, like King Tut's tomb, it appears untouched. Even the seal on the entrance was unbroken. However, not long after they began excavations, once they broke into the tomb, strange things started happening. At first, some tools went missing. Then, someone spooked one of the workers so much that they ran away screaming, never to return. One by one, the rest of the crew left or vanished. Dr. Kassab disappeared without a trace, and Dr. Ortega was soon to follow. Now the tomb sits empty, and the remains of their research and notes are left lying about where they were before the archaeologists disappeared. The most mysterious of all, though, is an old chest belonging to Dr. Ortega. For some reason, she left it chained up and locked with not one, but 6 locks. There are 2 padlocks, which means you need a key, one lock that seems to be opened by directions, and another lock that is opened with colors. There's a lock that needs 4 letters and one that requires 3 digits, 3 numbers. Clearly, Dr. Ortega wanted to protect whatever is inside that box. It just may be the key to solving the mystery of the mummy's curse. So your job will be to follow the clues to unlock 6 locks to figure out what happened. And here are the locks. All right. And here's the here's the entrance to the tomb. All right. Next. So here we go. It says the damaged painting. You find a part of the stone wall that is damaged. The image is no longer complete, but it looks like the missing pieces are scattered on the floor. So when you look at this picture, you see, that one of these paintings on the wall has some missing pieces. But, like it says up there, the missing pieces are on the floor. So when you scroll down, all right, here's the first thing that you have to answer. What do you do? Do you put the pieces back together? Do you just ignore that picture and move on? Or do you destroy the rest of the image? Well, I'm thinking that I'm going to put the pieces back on. So I click and I hit next. All right. It says you put the pieces of the wall back together. It forms the image of a man pointing an arrow from his chariot. So when we put the pieces back on, there's an arrow pointing. So now it asks, what do you do? Do you investigate the area of the wall where the arrow is pointing? Do you look for a chariot in the tomb? Or do you try to find any other matching figures in the art on the wall? Well, let me see. This arrow seems to be showing me something, so I think I'm going to choose Investigate the area on the wall where the arrow is pointing. Let's see what happens. Yep, there's secrets buried in the wall. Now notice down here, one of the locks is open, but let's see what happened. You investigate the area of the wall where the man is pointing, and you find a small rectangular piece of stone that looks a bit different from the surrounding area. As you touch it, the stone comes loose and reveals a hidden nook, little area inside the wall. You peer inside and find a key. The key opens one of the padlocks on Dr. Ortega's box. Only 5 more locks to go. Now, this one was a little easier. They will get harder. All right. The duffel bag. This is a duffel bag. It's kind of like an adult briefcase or an adult backpack. Dr. Ortega's box isn't the only locked box in the room. You remember passing someone's duffel bag in the corridor in the hallway just outside the tomb. So you go to look for clues in it. But as you pick it up, you notice it has a lock that needs 5 letters to open it. What do? You rummage through the unlocked pockets of the bag. You look through the unlocked pockets of the bag. You just ignore this bag and investigate the rest of the tomb. Or you try to pry the lock open with your bare hands. Well, instead of destroying something, you probably first ought to look in the parts that aren't locked. So let's try that. All right, that's correct. In the duffel bag, you find a plane ticket. Oops. You find a plane ticket. That, for heaven's sakes, that's what that is. You find a red toothbrush, a flashlight, several odd postcards where the only message written on them is Egypt. Okay, there are the postcards. And then the last one says you find some Egyptian money. All right, so once again, when you look through the pockets, you find these couple of things here. Let's see the question. What is the 5-letter code that opens the suitcase? Oh boy, this is tough. Note, all the letters must be capitalized. So you're looking for 5-letter code. So let's go back and see what we saw. Well, there are lots of letters on here, but this might be kind of hard because there are lots of letters, lots of words that are capitalized. But when I go to the second one, look at this. Egypt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Egypt, Egypt, and Egypt. And then on the money down here, I'm not really seeing too many things. So what I'm going to try is the 5-letter code, EGYPT. Now remember, it says all letters must be capitalized, so you got to follow and do what it asks. Next. The lock opens. You unzip the suitcase and find only a single silver key inside. You try to fit the key into the other padlock on Dr. Ortega's box, but it doesn't fit. As you look around the tomb to find any other boxes it might fit into, you find 3 possibilities. Which box do you try? So you find a key and you have 3 boxes. Now at this point, I'm going to show you what happens if you choose the wrong one. All right, let's suppose I choose the gold box. Now notice over here, it says page 8 of 36. So I think this key fits the gold box. But when I hit next, look at that, the mummy. You made a poor decision and failed to escape the mummy's curse. Better luck next time. So when I get a wrong answer, the mummy catches me. Now you might think this is the end of the game because notice what happens. It takes you all the way to the end of the game, page 35 of 36. But that's not the end of the game because of this very important back button right here. So let's click back and let's try again. So remember, I unzipped the suitcase and found a single silver key. Which box do you try? Bronze, silver, or gold? We already know the gold doesn't work, but I'm thinking silver. I'm going to click on the silver key. So this time when I hit silver and I click next, the box opens. Okay? All right. And at this point, I'm going to stop. When you scroll down, you'll see you have lots and lots of clues, lots of things you got to answer before you get to the end. But remember, if you get something wrong and the mummy gets you, you can simply go back. All right? Okay, so you might say, well, Miss Deckroth, how can I finish playing this game? So what I'm going to show you is this. This page I was using when we first started. I have put this page on the Merrick Moore website. So let's go to that website so I can show you where you can find information that I post in the for the library. So what I'm going to do is go to the Merrick Moore website. And when that pops up, maybe you know about this. You scroll down a little bit until it says teacher contact information. So when I click on that, follow this link to reach the staff directory. Directory is listing of all the different teachers and all the different departments. And then I scroll down. On the left-hand side, it says specialists. And then I scroll down again, click on the icon for specialist updates. So when you click on Mrs. Deckroth, this is where I have loaded that paper right here. Okay, the document that I was reading from that I was sharing with you at the beginning of this video. Here's the virtual field trip tour that I put in a couple weeks ago. So when I clicked on that, click on that link, there we go, and up comes this page. Now, I will tell you that this looks a little goofy, and it's all kind of run together. It's just the way it comes in. So up here, when it says open with, if you click on that and you open with Google Docs, it cleans it up and makes it easier to see. So here's the escape of the mummy's curse. Here's what I was telling you in case you are you want to play this game and you want to explain to your mom or dad or an adult at home what it is. You can share this with them. All right. And then it says you can click here to get to the escape room, or again, you can paste this link. And when you click here, it'll take you back to where we were to play the game. Now, I hope you'll have fun with this. I hope that you might want to talk to your teachers, maybe try it as a group, find a friend to do it, or you can do it by yourself. So let me know if you were able to escape the mummy's curse, and please feel free to email me at Evelyn_Steckroth@dpsnc.net. So have a good time, and until next time, you stay safe.